Okay, ladies and gentlemen, tricksters and tricksetters from the second YouTube El Chanel. Today, we have a Fade on Bind Bronze 3, Tier 3 sub VOD review. Now, I know this is a bit of a low elo, and you're not really used to me to coach this elo, but I coach players from Iron to Immortal 3. I mean, I coach every single rank in my private sessions, so let's see what this guy can do a bit better. First of all, I wouldn't really recommend you to play Fade in such a low elo. It is much better if you play someone like, I don't know, Phoenix, Reyna, Jet, Raze, Omen, anything except initiators, to be honest. Like, don't do that to yourself. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Maybe this guy is gonna surprise us, and we'll see what to work on. Overall, you know, bronze players are not really known to have a good mechanical skill as a players, but maybe this guy is gonna surprise us for real. Now, today we're coaching Arctic's Swag Gaming. I don't know why I gave him a kiss. Issues. Not really sure what to work on. We'll see. Panic when lots of utility is dumped. That comes more with time. You know, like, as you're improving your game knowledge, as you're improving your anxiety status, and as you're becoming a better player overall, like, you know, you're gonna stop panicking. Like, there's really no... Like, you're not gonna... If you die in a video game, you're not gonna die in real life. I tried it a lot of times, and I could have never Sudoku myself successfully. Now, there's nothing else that he really submitted. Let's see his tracker, and let's see what my dude is doing. Statistics horrible. Absolutely horrible. Okay, he's actually Silver 1. Let's see his Silver 1. Silver 1. He actually improved a bit since he submitted this clip. Silver 1. Damage per round is terrible. KD, terrible. Headshot ratio, terrible. Everything terrible. Like, this guy is probably dying in some unimaginable ways. So, when you see this type of statistics, like, agent is not the problem. You are the problem. Like, if you have this type of statistics in any elo, it doesn't matter if you're Ascendant, Diamond, I don't know, like, you're a trash can. Like, if you have KD below 1, you don't deserve the rank where you are right now. If you have ADR before 140, you're shit for the elo where you play. Headshot percentage doesn't matter that much, but, you know, having a 11% overall headshot ratio, it's not really the best thing in the world. My dude is even playing in a team. Chill. Now, what is he playing? He really plays Fade a lot, man. Okay, first of all, he started playing the game. Okay, early gamer. Bronze 2, Silver 1. But he spent a lot of time in Silver. First of all, I would really recommend you to switch up the agent. You know, even though I said the agent doesn't matter, you know, I still think that playing Fade as a newcomer in Valorant is the most stupid shit you can do, basically. Fade is not that easy agent to be learned, and not easy agent on your mechanics as well, and supporting yourself and your teammates. So I would definitely recommend you to go for someone like Phoenix, Reyna, Jet, Raze, I don't know, Omen. These characters that are self-sustainable characters. Fade is not a self-sustainable character. Well, not enough, essentially, in this elo. And in Bronze elo, to be honest, and Silver elo, the biggest problem are gonna be smokes. And I can easily recommend you, like, to play someone like Omen. Do a few aggressive plays here and there. Like, you know how it is easy to outplay the enemies with Omen all the way up to Immortal 3, basically. Even up to Radiant. Like, literally, in this elo, just learn default smoke setups, a few plays left and right. You have a full ranked playbook for Omen on my Discord server, on every single map. Just replicate that. You will be Diamond player in less than, I don't know, like, I don't know, 3 months, basically. Like, and also, above everything that, with Omen, you don't need mechanical skill. You can use shotgun, stinger, this, that. Like, you don't even need to play Phantom and Vandal or majority of the maps with Omen. Just abuse the Judge, stinger, smokes, outplays. Muy bien. Muy bien. Okay. He generally plays Fade quite a lot. He tried the Jet a bit. He's not really the best Jet player. I can definitely recommend you, like, to pick up someone a bit easier, you know, than these agents here then. With Reyna, he is not good as well. Interesting. Viper, Omen, he played one match and he was like, no, I'm not gonna play Omen, you know? I'm not gonna play Omen, bro. Kuning, welcome, baby. Spider Pork, hello, hello. Okay. Okay, let's see, like, what happens next. On the maps, Ascent Terrible, Ascente Terrible, Sunset, Terrible Split. Haven, the best map. Yeah, I mean, on Haven, like, playing Initiators is actually fine. And on Bind, he's actually okay with the Fade. Lotus as well. But other maps, like Pupwell, Kakimus. I mean, when it comes to these statistics, essentially, like, your mechanics are terrible. Like, you don't have the basic understanding of Valorant mechanics. Because I'm a good coach, and even though you didn't pay me to do this for you, I'm gonna share a certain set of videos with you that are gonna improve your overall game knowledge when it comes to holding the angles in Valorant, when it comes to improving reaction time, mechanical skill, and I'm gonna give you some private aim training routine for free. No problem, all good, you can thank me later. But first, let's see what type of problems you have. Yeah, this is... Oh, there's nothing I can tell you. Like, one thing that I can actually tell you and recommend you is that don't switch too much between Vandal and Phantom. Like, Vandal and Phantom is a personal preference based on your feeling and based on with which weapon you perform better. Only map that is kind of like bound to a certain weapon is Breeze. Like, on Breeze, you need to play Vandal over the Phantom. But try not to mix these two weapons too much, because you're consistently changing the way that you shoot and consistently changing the way that you play the game, essentially. Like, it's an unnecessary inconsistency. It doesn't matter which agent you're playing. It doesn't matter where you're playing, what you're playing. Pick a weapon that you prefer. If you play better with Phantom, play Phantom. If you play better with Vandal, play Vandal. From these statistics, I mean, you're kind of same with both of these weapons. Now, that doesn't mean that you should not practice both of these weapons, because you cannot choose what enemies buy and what type of a drop you're gonna get from your teammates. You should practice both of the weapons in a team deathmatch, in a regular deathmatch, and so on, but please just have a preference there. If you have money, if you're choosing between a Vandal and Phantom, you should have a consistent preference. For example, I'm performing much better with a Phantom, and on my main account, I usually play with a Phantom. But when I'm doing the challenges, I play with a Vandal, because I know that I can easily out-aim every single player that is below, you know, high Immortal 3 levels. In high Immortal 3 levels, like, you know, I rely more on the sprays, Phantom, and I have a different gameplay in general. Now, I love that he's trying to use Operator. That's kind of, you know, okay. You know, like surprising, to be honest, for a bronze player. God knows how he's using it, but he's better with Op than with the Vandal and Phantom, to be honest. I would definitely recommend you to bring up the Judge a bit higher for this elo. Bring up the Shorty as well as a primary, secondary weapon. And Bulldog as well. But overall, it's fine. Like, I mean, you know, what is not fine is overall ADR and ACS and KD. Like, in pistol rounds, what the fuck are you doing in pistol rounds? Holy maca cheese, man. 0.66 KD, man. Ay. Generally, I don't even review the trackers that are below, like, Platinum, because most of these players, like, you know, this doesn't tell me anything. The only thing that this tracker says to me is that you would definitely be off playing some other character, such as Omen, in a long run. Like, this is too many deaths, like 4 kills, 5 kills. Like, play agents that don't rely on your mechanics so much, but more on your brain and on repetition of a certain strategies. Like, I promise you, like, you pick up the Omen, you try to replicate every single tactic and strategy and mindset that I've shared with you in my ranked playbook. Like, you have a ranked playbook right here on my Discord server. You subscribe as a tier 3 Discord sub. Easy. Big brain. You can also watch the Jet videos as well. I mean, you will need to watch them, to be honest. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Is he playing duo queue or solo only? He is triple Q, duo Q. With friends sometimes, I guess. Yeah, 5 stack. Not really the best friends, huh? You see, for example, like, with Breach, you kind of perform a bit better than with a Fade. Much better. But to be honest, you're 5 stacking a lot. Yeah, bro, this good run. I don't know, man. Fade is really like cancer agent in this elo. Like, I don't know why would anyone play Fade. And also one more recommendation that I need to give you, like, is you need to play Valorant a bit smarter, you know. You're spamming a lot of the games in one day. My general recommendation is, if you already have time to play 12 matches in one day, split them across multiple accounts. Especially if you have so much time to play the game. And especially if you feel that your account has a bad MMR. Like, just to, you know, I don't know, like, make 2 accounts. If you have time to play 12 matches per day, play 6 matches on one account, 6 matches on other account. Bro, if I saw this type of a match history on my main account, I wanna fucking puke. And your MMR is gonna be shit. Like, having multiple accounts in Valorant, especially in the elos below Immortal 3, can help you enormously with mentality, with a smart grind, and with disconnecting yourself from the rank, and only focusing on improvement. Like, I think in episode 1, act 1, when I generally started playing Valorant seriously, I had like 4 accounts in Radiant. I played on 4 accounts simultaneously, and that helped me enormously to learn the game, to disconnect myself from the rank, to stop caring about, you know, rank overall, and just focus on overall improvement. And you need to have some stopping point, like, you know, like, you lose 3 games, take a break. Like, trust me, playing that 4th match is not gonna make your day any better. Okay, let's see what he does. Let's see what my dude do. Okay, bind Fade. I barely have time for 2 games, but generally speaking, like, the maximum amount of, like, I personally play when I'm seriously grinding for Radiant. I play like 3 to 5 matches per day maximum. Like, you play best of 3, best of 5. You win 2 matches, you're out for that day. Do something else. Play on a second account. Like, that is much smarter and better grind than forcing yourself to play, you know, consistently. Because your focus, everyone's focus, drop after 3rd game. Like, after, in the 4th game, you will never perform as good as you performed in the 1st match. Like, there is absolutely no fucking chance to have that type of a consistency. You need to be on 10 Red Bulls, basically. Where do you see the Omen playbook? You need to be a Twitch sub, a YouTube member, Discord sub, or coached by me. Any of these shits can work. Okay. Let's see what is going on Faderoni. On Bind. Shababab boo 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 boom. Shabalabababam. Let's start. We're starting on the defender side. Okay. Now listen. On the defender side of Bind, your default bomb site is the B site. Default site is a site that you prioritize defending when you have no idea where the enemies are gonna go. And it is the side that is easier for the attack, harder for defense, easier for the postman, and harder for retake in ranked solo queue. Basically, like, B side of Bind has the lowest retake success rate out of any bomb site in Valorant. Because of the bomb site design, it is absolutely terrible for the retakes. Now, that means that in the first round, always start on the B side. Like, I would much rather play the retake on A rather than playing a retake of the B side in the first round. Now, for this elo, if you're already playing Fade on Bind, I would just recommend you to start with a... I mean, you can go with a Ghost and a Prowler, or you can go with a classic Light Shield and a Prowler, to be honest. Yeah, like, with Fade, always prioritize Prowlers in the first round on both attackers and defender side. Because with them, you can fight the enemies. And let's be honest, in this elo, enemies are terrible when it comes to shooting the utility. So if a Prowler is coming into the enemy's face here, the Prowler came, you can shoot together with the Prowler, and that's it. And I would always start my first round around the window area of the map, jiggle picking this angle or trying to go for a few kills, waiting for enemies to initiate the push. Maybe you can wait for the enemies to push here, do the prowler, bam, triple click, get the fuck back, rotate over the site. In essence, always start on the B side of bind. Like, I'm trying to give you some recommendations for this elo because in this elo, you don't need some extra big brain strategies to outplay the enemies. As long as you combine your utility, movement and positioning in a proper way, you can carry with almost any agent.
Like what she gives, what I
Ooh, interesting. Language.
God.
Oh, this is NA actually.
I'd say we go for a remake.
I definitely recommend you, man, like to never start on the A side in the first round. Like, chances are 50-50% that enemies are gonna push A and B in the first round. Like, nobody knows. Like, I'm not a wizard. You know, I cannot tell you 100%, yeah, enemies are gonna go A, yeah, enemies are gonna go B. But the problem is, you don't want to rely on this Sage and Phoenix to defend the B side, and you really don't want to find yourself retaking the B side in the first round.
Depending on what Reyna, like, oh wait, Reyna's here.
B.
Got it.
Okay.
B.
This is not good, man. This is really not good. Like literally, this is exactly what I'm speaking about. Because, what now? Using that prowler there was okay to apply some pressure, maybe. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, when you're playing in the first round, really try to save your prowlers, especially in this elo, when you're ready to fight the enemies. Like don't waste the prowlers like this.
They're on site. Wait for me, and I have an eye. For you guys.
Bro, the guy low key sounds like Wuhujin, man. Am I tripping? Okay, that's a really good eye. I have no objections there.
Mark 2. $60 Phoenix. Mark 2.
Okay.
60.
Okay. Also, listen. When it comes to your peripheral vision and your reaction time, it is terrible, obviously, which I expected. But as I said, like, for these mechanical problems, I'm gonna give you some kind of a training routine. Generally speaking, you didn't make some horrible mistake in this round, or you know, you didn't. There's nothing you could have done better with a fade in this scenario, except shoot that Phoenix and kill him. But the problem is, always play the bind B side in the first round. Like, it is, like, in this elo, it is impossible to successfully retake the B side with his allies and to rely on them to defend the B side. Now, if you lose the first round on bind on the B side, in the second round, just play B again, and I would recommend you, even if you're playing Fade, to play some kind of a classic pistol shorty strategy. Usually, the utility usage of these players is usually terrible, so basically you can do a classic pistol shorty here, gamble that they're not gonna use any recon utility to clear you out, go for a kill, and rotate back to the site. If you think that they will be using a recon utility to clear you there, just play in the site. It's totally fine in the second round. Get a shorty, wait for the enemies to push you. 90% of times when the enemies are pushing the B site, this is gonna be your first contact, and this is gonna be your second contact. Look at this angle, wait for the enemies to push you, bam bam, take a classic, kill this guy as well, maybe reveal the rest of the enemies, and that's it. In eco and hellby rounds, your focus is not really to win the round. Your focus is to damage the enemy's economy, get as many ultimate points as possible, and potentially win the round. And trade yourself for as many kills as possible.
Everybody is. That's funny.
I think it can be main.
I love the recon lineups that you have. Like, it's actually really good.
I think it can be main.
It's actually really good.
Anchor. No, never mind. I'm
Yeah?
pushing.
Holy shit! Reyna forced a vandal.
Bro, They really pushed
I feel like we just play for exit tier.
hard.
Spike planted.
I definitely hear him.
Like your overall game awareness and map awareness is also like, I mean, quite low, to be honest. You need to pay more attention on the sound and surroundings in your gameplay, and also the minimap. I mean, if you heard the jet on the A site, updraft and dash, you know she's tower. I mean, you should have known that like 5 seconds ago. And if the jet is tower, you need to either go in here and try to kill that enemy, or close the gap with that jet. Like, you don't have a gun to fight that. I mean, you have a classic anyway, so it's not that you have a gun to fight anything, basically.
Okay. Reyna.
NT, I guess.
Shot.
Keep buying shit until
Okay, listen. If we're playing Fade, on Bind, one really good strategy to fuck up the enemies, if you think that enemies are gonna go B, tell your Omen to give you a smoke here. This smoke. And tell one of your teammates, maybe that Omen, to push the smoke there. Then you can do a reveal up on that position that you did. I love that you know that lineup. Enemies are gonna get revealed. Omen has easy kills. Like, it works so many times in ranked solo. I mean, if it works in Radiant lobby, it's gonna work in yours as well.
You have a stable enough econ to full buy? Awesome.
B.
Jet. Round.
What I really don't like in this specific scenario is how much space you sold to the enemies. I know that, you know, majority of the enemies
Jet.
right now are going through the hookah. But you need to trust this Sage to some degree that she's gonna hold the hookah from that upper position. Like, essentially in Valorant, as you position yourself on a defender's side, you don't want to sell the space to the enemies this easily. Like, basically, in this round, enemies are playing a bonus round. They have primarily Spectres, Stingers, classic pistol shorties, and maybe Reyna has a Vandal, probably. Like, if you already start the round by revealing the enemies on that position, and you get some contact, you have a Vandal and Phantom, you know that enemies have a lower economy than you, or lower economy weapons. Choose this angle at least. Fight one small incremental fight. Go for the burst fire, try to delete that enemy. Hold the tight angle here, try to lead this enemy. As the enemies are going down, pull yourself back towards the site. Like, you don't want to sell all of these positions for nothing, not even trying to fight the enemies, and then, you know, finding yourself in the dead last position that you should play on that specific site. The more angles you abuse to pressure the enemies, potentially kill them, apply some kind of a damage, it is better for you, it is better for your teammates. You don't need to commit to the fights here. As I said, like, you don't need to swing this out and go fight the enemies. Hold the angle like this. Go for the triple shot. Go back towards the site. Hold this angle here. Triple shot. Go back into the site. Fight the enemies in window. And so on.
Round.
You sold so much map control to the enemies in long.
Not go long.
I'm gonna wait for them to jump out, because there is one long.
Nope, they jumped out because you didn't watch that part. I said go long.
Yeah, that
Because you did.
I gave up long control.
I mean, you know, to be honest, like, it's not like you lost this round. You know, like your two teammates on the side played this terribly wrong, essentially. But you cannot sell this much map control. Like, you should have contested that guy in the long. You should have kept the guard in control. And you should have, like, done something with the long. Especially if there is one enemy that is fighting you. Like basically with Fade, you really want to capitalize on the Prowler peaks. Like, you know, enemies are pushing B. I'm listening to the sound of footsteps and utility and everything. Incremental fight. Aha. Now, I only saw one enemy. I hear one enemy. All of the rest of the enemies are going through the hookah. No problem. I can listen to the footsteps of this guy. Go for the peak. In your elo, Players are terrible at shooting the utility. Absolutely horrendous. Abuse that. If you already want to play some kind of an initiator, such as Sky, Fade, Sova, whatever. Now, I don't know if you know the lineup for this, but it is really good to learn the lineup for the hookah from this position. If your teammates are getting pressured, you can do a reveal here. I have absolutely no idea how to do it, but this is possible, and you can just find it in a custom server yourself. I don't know, this probably reveals someone, but this lineup is very useful. As I said, I don't know it because I don't play Fade that much, like, and I don't play Fade at all on Bind, to be honest. On Bind, you know, just pick Omen and fuck up the enemies.
Where are you? I'll find you.
How can we put this, like? I have no idea, man.
I'll find you.
I have absolutely no idea.
Where are you?
Uh-huh.
I'll find you.
I mean, I didn't find anything, like it's not a lineup. But this is really good tool to pressure the enemies and to help your teammates on the site kill the enemies. Especially like if the enemies are smoked right here and you do this lineup, trust me, like in this elo, players have no idea what the fuck is coming at them. They don't even know the sound of your reveal. So basically, if the smoke is there, you do that reveal, bop, 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 bop. Your teammates on the side have very easy time killing the enemies. And there's a lot of mental pressure on the enemies. And also, the prowlers that you use to fight the enemies that are pushing through the hookah are gonna be fast as fuck.
Oh.
Not go long.
I'm gonna wait for them to jump out, because there is one long.
Nope.
And, you know, once your Phoenix died and the Sage died, you could not have found yourself in this position. Like, after these 2 kills, you should have contested the enemy in the long immediately. Like, when you're in a pinch from enormous amount of angles, you always want to prioritize easier fight at some position where you're safe. Like, it's humanly impossible for you to kill 3 enemies or 4 enemies on your screen. Like, even I, as a Radiant player, like, if I see 5 Irons at my screen, probably I'm not gonna kill them all. I mean, not probably, I'm maybe gonna kill 3 and die. So, in this position, you really took your time, and you kind of got stunned, which, you know, you need to make a faster game decision here. But, as I said, like, the main problem of this round was not what happened after all of this shit. But the main problem is, like, selling the B-long control. Completely.
You watch the bad part? I said go long.
Phoenix was like, he was.
You should man.
This lineup is really good. I like this
I
a
have
lot.
an early lineup.
Good.
And hopefully get 1 or 2.
I'll find you.
They're hitting B.
Okay.
Ran a 78.
Shit, bro. I mean, listen. How can I explain this? If you didn't do the lineup here, and if you didn't do this reveal, it is okay for you to stay silent and to, you know, gamble that enemies maybe won't clear this corner, or they will clear it poorly. But since you revealed yourself and you did a recon, I would have used the Prowler here to fight the enemies. Like, it was a big gamble to stay here without using utility to fight the enemies. And generally speaking, like, when you're playing in the window with a close range weapon, such as Judge, Bucky, Shorty, Stinger, Peeker's advantage is so fucked up in this game, and enemies can bombard you in the window position. So, in essence, that means that you need to peek before the enemy peeks. Like, when you have a close range weapons around the close range corners, you always want to counter the enemy's movement with yours movement. Otherwise, most of the times you're gonna find yourself in a lot of shit. Like, for example, I don't know, if you're playing with a Judge in the A lamps, and you hear the enemies pushing, I'm not gonna wait for the enemies to push me. I'm gonna listen to their footsteps. When the enemy is here, I'm gonna be killing that guy, going back. Because of Peeker's advantage and all of the bullshit that is happening in Valorant. The only time I'm actually holding the angles is when I don't hear the enemies. Then I need to commit to holding the angles in a smart way, and that's it.
Reyna 78.
Especially crouching down here and just holding this position, like, I mean, you're dead. Like, this guy has so much Peeker's advantage that you cannot counter this. You know, you need to do 3 headshots in order to kill this guy. Now, when you notice in your ranked games that the enemies are abusing you so much on a certain bomb site in a certain position, especially if that bomb site is your default site in Valorant, play that site. You know, like if enemies already won 3 rounds on B and they stomped you, play B. Like there's some kind of way to stop this push. Like, I mean, essentially, what I would do right now is we have a Vandal, we have a full buy. Let's just hold this pixel angle. I mean, obviously you don't have a reaction time to hold it like this, but you need to hold it a bit wider, like this. Hold for the wide swing. Try to hold for the burst fire. Enemies are pushing in. Do the C's. Do the Prowler. Try to kill one more guy. Go on to this off angle. If the Reyna does reveal, if the Reyna does a eye, okay, drop down. Focus on long. Try to get up here. Pick the enemies from this position. Go back. Like,
So
I don't know.
give up sight immediately once we know where they're pushing.
What the fuck did I just hear?
So just give up sight immediately once we know where they're pushing.
If
What? Give up sight immediately when we know that where they're pushing. Ah, that's a new strategy, man. Playing retake 24/7 on bind on the B side. Ah, that's fun, man. Like, basically, the B side of bind has a 20% success rate when it comes to the retakes. That is the lowest out of any map. Maybe you can give up the A site and do that if you already have no idea how to stop their pushes. But come on, man. Like, that's a horrible advice. And also, like, you know, one of the solutions that you can apply in these type of matches, when the enemies are abusing you on one specific area of the map, take a control elsewhere. Like, when the enemies were pushing B, you know, just when I'm playing a game of Valorant, you need to observe the enemy's pushes on both micro and macro level. On a macro level, on the micro level, enemies are just pushing together. But on a macro level, you know, there's nobody lurking, flanking, or doing some kind of a shit there. But on a macro level, enemies are splitting the site. They're sending 3 to 4 teammates towards the hookah and 1 or 2 teammates towards the long. Isolate these guys. Fight them. Shit on them on long with some kind of a Prowler, pop flash from Phoenix or whatever you have in your team. Tell your Omen to play here and give you a flash. You're playing in NA. These players are using the comms. We European players, like, we don't know how to speak. And so tell your Omen, bro, can you just play here? Wait for my call out to do the flash. Let's fuck up that guy. Take the full garden and long control. And that's it. Easy.
if they're pushing, yeah.
I mean, right now,
So what I'll do is
right now playing A site and giving up B is just a fucking... That's a huge gamble, man. Yeah, absolutely. Huge gamble.
And then I'll throw Prowler through TP.
I'm gonna do Grimwall.
Okay. That's just my preference. It up. I can also go all the way up to power and
I'll find you.
Okay, that early information is fine.
these guys hit quick.
Bring them
Yeah,
down.
no.
One's bit.
Okay, pressure.
A couple long.
You're
No,
just waiting
I
for the
mean-
wall to break.
I mean, you know, like, this is kind of stupid positioning and generally stupid, like, thing to be done. Like, in this round, maybe a better idea would have been to stack B side and just play it with 4 and just leave Omen on A. Or leave Phoenix on A or some shit like that. But giving the B in the hand of your teammates, when you know that enemies primarily love to abuse the B side, it's a
break.
brain dead decision.
No, I was trying to. I can step up on top of the thing. I was just trying to get one thing.
Now, please, like, listen. When enemies are hitting hard, when you already know the enemy's macro and micro playstyle, they're just pushing S5, and that's it. Rotate as fast as possible. Like, here, walking doesn't make any sense. Your Phoenix is getting stomped. Enemies are gonna expect you in the CT position because, you know, you're obviously gonna rotate through CT. Why are you walking?
Oh, I was trying to. I can step up on top of the thing. I was just trying to get one thing, but I didn't think Joe was gonna check
Spike
that.
down.
Oh. I can't do anything. I'm stuck.
Most people would just think that's just a
Spike
dumb wall.
planted.
Actually, place it. That's why.
Okay, that
Get one.
this peeking is actually really good. I like this a lot. You paid attention on some of the clips, like on YouTube, definitely. Not mine, but other mechanical shit. Like, he's trying to do a two-step mechanic peek from the closer wall, go for the fast swing, and he's doing it okay. I mean, the crosshair placement here is fine, and then I love how he peeks this angle. But, you know, like, you cannot repeat this peek 3 times. Like, basically, once you go for that wider swing, you need to commit to the fight that you have taken. Here, when you peek this guy and went for that shot, like, going back to this corner is a huge, like, risk. Only because you already peeked too wide here. Like, when you're going around the corners in Valorant, because of the ping difference and netcode and all of this shit, when you go for such a wide swings, there's no going back. You need to commit to the fight that you have taken.
There we go.
Last player
Fucking
standing.
80, bro.
Thing.
And you know,
All I'm
the Phantom at long range. Better.
twice that. Shoot right.
Oh.
This guy won the round.
And he just popped this thing twice that time.
What's he doing?
One enemy remaining.
But it works. And he knows who last is. Better. Not
Ay, bro.
Judging. I'm like a judge. Nothing bad about this actually.
Listen, if you don't have money to buy Vandal or Phantom on bind, go with the Judge. Like, literally, this map is Judge Gaming House on a defender's side. Like, to be honest, when enemies were pushing into the window position, what did you see in the previous round that the enemies did? They just did a flash right here and that's it. That flash is not going to flash you in this position and this position, especially if you peek before the enemies peek you. Easy kills. Simplify your gameplay. Why would you play a Bulldog on a map like Bind? It's easy. Like, the more you simplify your gameplay, the more success you're going to find, especially in this elo. Stinger, Judge. I mean, Judge is the best option here because you have an enormous amount of money. I have no idea why you're saving the money in this round. Like, what is this economy management? Like, this guy has money to buy. This guy has money to buy for this guy. This guy is buying. And this guy goes Light Shield and Vandal. This is a full buy round.
Is
Heavy Shield, Judge, and that's it.
Judging. Watch. What we do?
Where are
and I fucked up my eye.
Ooh, it is a Judge Gaming. But I have no idea why you're buying a Light Shield in this round.
Ready?
I got short.
Okay.
Raina, can you hold short for us? Or long for us? Sorry. Just 3 long, 3 long.
I'll pick one of those.
Okay.
If Raina gets this. Raina dies.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard. Like you have a lot of these micro mistakes, like when it comes to, you know, realizing the distance between you and the enemies, like how many enemies are pushing. Map awareness is so low. Like,
Raina, can you hold short for us? Or long for us? Sorry. Just 3 long, 3 long.
so Phoenix raise, and here is the Harbor and Gecko. I mean, I you know, like, basically when you play Judge in the window, you cannot go for this peak. I don't know what to tell you, but you don't have a range or distance to go for the peak. I mean, information here doesn't matter for you. You know that 1 or 2 enemies are in the B short area of the map. Just hold it. Your teammates on the... Your Reyna destroy the enemies on the long. Why would you go for the swing? Discipline, you know, like, we have numbers advantage, no reason to peek. Sage is up there with you, holding the hookah, like, You don't need any more information. It truly doesn't matter where the Harbor and Gecko will go if you already have such a high numbers advantage. You know that 1 or 2 enemies are B short, 1 or 2 enemies are B long, and your Reyna has a full side control.
We're fucked if Reyna gets this. Reyna
We're fucked if the Reyna gets this.
dies.
I have no idea like why we went for that swing. Like that was really
Two Harbor.
a bad game
Pushing
decision.
away. Plan.
Last player.
Eh,
We actually lost this round, no?
Run and save. He kicked us up.
Okay.
Phantom sight.
I was swinging from CT to Hall with a Phantom.
Get out of my
Fucked me
way.
up.
I'll find you. Take hold.
Generally speaking, I like your utility usage. In terms of how you use reveal and how you use the C's. The only thing that I don't like is like you're not really using a prowler to fight the enemies or to reveal the enemies, you know, like basically in that previous round when you were playing in the hookah, using a prowler there to reveal the enemies was a better game decision than, you know, swinging with a judge. Now here, like when the enemies are pushing you onto the A site and one of your teammates dies in the lamps, the worst shit that you can do is stay in an open area of the map trying to fight multiple enemies in the same time. Here, using this C's to delay and to stop enemies push was really good idea. But when it comes to your positioning, okay, I'm a man down, my Reyna is in the lamps, I need to choose some safe angle. You cannot end up in some kind of a crossfire between the enemies from showers and enemies from short, but also you're not a Rambo. You cannot just kill 5 players that are pushing through short, or 3 players, or 4 players, I don't know how many are there. Hug the angles. Hug the corners. Like, after that knot that you did there, you should have instantly repositioned on this off angle, trying to shoot the enemies from there, and that's it. In these lobbies where you're playing right now, the more off angles you abuse, the more success you're gonna find. Because nobody has remotely close crosshair placement for clearing these off angles.
Take hold.
You cannot stay in these open positions, essentially. Like, you're not a god tier player. You're not better than these guys. But you can be smarter than them and choose incremental fights and essentially better angles to fight them.
This is my aim. What the?
Teşekkürler.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, by the way, I wanted to talk about one game decision in that previous round. So in that previous round, you played the A site. Was that a good game decision? Absolutely. Why? Because in that previous round, we also could have applied a rule of fear. Because we fucked up enemies push 2 times in a row on the B site. And players in ranked solo queue love to follow the rule of fear, and quite a lot. The rule is very simple. If you fuck up the enemy's push hard onto a certain bomb site, chances are really high that enemies won't have confidence to repeat the same strategy in the next round. And 90% players in solo queue fall under this rule. And especially because a lot of the players in Valorant are also following the AB rule as well. Like, they're trying to do random stuff every single round, thinking that they are unpredictable, while in reality they are not predictable at all. So, in essence, that game decision was really, really good. Now, in this round, obviously, a better game decision than playing the A site would be to play the B site. I mean, enemies have the Phoenix ult, Harbor ult, Gecko ult, and they can just demolish your Sage and your Phoenix on the B site. In this round, we have really no idea where the enemies are going to go, but considering that we won the previous round on the A site, I would gamble on the B push.
Yeah, you're a B res. I was just mainly going for the kill.
Mark 2. Mark 2.
My gamble would obviously be bad, but as I said, like, B set is your default site on bind, and it is better to mindfully play the game of Valorant with some, you know, rules that you follow in your gameplay, rather than just randomly positioning yourself and praying to God that you're gonna be correct. Once again, you're starting on such a shit positions and finding yourself in such a bad spots to fight the enemies. Like, you need to pay more attention on your overall positioning. You need to fight around the angles where you can isolate the enemies in a 1 versus fight. Surprise them somehow. I mean, here, if I reveal 2 enemies on A short, and enemies are pushing me through A short. Okay, we reveal the enemies, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, you use the ultimate to stop the enemies push through showers. What? That was a bad game decision. Like, that is a bad ultimate usage. Like, you want to use the ultimate when enemies are already getting out of the choke points, so you can capitalize on your prowlers and ultimate to fight the enemies and fuck them up. Like, when I'm using a fade ultimate, I'm not using it to stop the enemy's push. I'm using it to fuck up the enemies and split the enemies apart as they are pushing the site. So here, after reveal the enemies, go back at the back side, hold this angle or hold this off angle and try to kill the enemies up there. Do you think that in this elo, this guy is gonna pre-aim that spot? Obviously not. The guy is gonna pick tower or there. You'll take an easy kill, easy headshot. Aim this spot. Enemies are pushing out from the short. Do the ultimate. Do the prowler.
Down. My ult is ready.
Kill one guy. Go back. Isolate. This fight. Kill that guy. Go back. Enemy stuck in that corner. Do the knot. Do the prowler. Done.
Mark 3, Mark 3. 3 showers, 2 short.
I'm gonna anchor B.
This ultimate of yours was extremely premature. Like, you really need to, as I said, like, if you want to use the fade ultimate, try to use it at the moment of time when you think that enemies will go out of the choke points. Like, that is usually the best moment of time to use your ultimate. When you think you're gonna fight the enemies, to bring their HP lower, and to essentially, you know, fuck them up with the prowlers, connect 2 pieces of utility together, and that's it.
3 can't hear.
Very good. Very good, very good, very good, very good.
They just
Say
all fought
gorilla,
on the
gorilla,
side
brother.
field.
That was really fucking good. You know, that's when you play fucking Harbor in bronze. Like, that was really good. Like, play, and I would have done the same shit, to be honest. Like, players are usually, I don't know, when they have Harbor War, this is a good play for so many reasons. Like, first of all, awareness of these players is extremely low, and when the Harbor Wall is going in front of them, they're completely unaware when it comes to these type of peaks, and Harbor Walls in this elo are 0 points. So, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Much better positioning and game decision than previously. But bro, like, come on. When you're making your game decisions in Valorant, when it comes to your positioning, you need to take into account enemy's economy, your economy. You need to take into account enemy's abilities, your abilities, enemy's ultimate status, yours ultimate status, and you need to take into account how the enemies play the game on both macro and micro level. Now, Phoenix is alive. He is going from the showers. Chances are really high that Phoenix is going to use a pop flash to pick this and to pick up the spike. Or maybe ultimate with a flash, you're dead. Maybe you will survive because that Phoenix is not going to use anything because this is like bronze and silver, or because your Phoenix is going to kill him somehow. But these type of mistakes should not happen for you if you plan to be a platinum, gold, diamond, or ascendant player in a near future.
Yep.
Wait for me.
Essentially, you know, if you're in some kind of a fight against the agent that has a flash abilities, you need to play around the cover to dodge the flash and then get the fight.
Wall raised.
Okay. Okay.
I'll play with you. I'll play with you. I'll play with you. I'll play with you.
Ready? Ready? He's gonna break it now.
Okay. Okay. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was
I
good.
just had.
That was really good.
Oh
That was
yeah.
good.
I have like the dumbest lineup.
Okay. Now, in this round, once again, I would apply the rule of fear. I mean, it is the absolute best thing that we have at this moment of time. We fucked up the enemy's push 2 times on the A side. Chances are below 30% that enemies will push the A in this round. Once again, I'm maybe gonna be wrong. But, you know, as I said, like, you need to play the game of Valorant with some indicators.
I'll find you.
Nothing short.
Okay, this Phoenix just. Why I just want to fucking.
Essentially, like, in these lobbies below, like, let's say, Immortal 3. Maybe Immortal 1. By simply applying the rule of fear, an AB rule in your gameplay on the defender's side, prioritizing the default bomb sites, and playing the first rounds in the way that I teach you, through the coaching videos and ranked playbook, you can read the enemies like 80% of times. 70 to 80% of the times you can tell where the enemies are going to go and what they're going to hit the next. So at least it's going to be easier for you to predict, you know, what the enemies are going to do.
No. Plant's going down.
I just saw on the minimap the smoke that our Omen did. God forbid. Man, I advise you heavily, man. Like, I don't know why you play Fade. I don't know if you enjoy it that much. But trust me, try to pick up the Omen. Like, force yourself, maybe on a second account or something, like, where you don't have the skins. Play the Omen for 2 months. Give it a try. Give it a go. Like, the smokes that you will get in this elo are horrendous. Like, 50% of the matches you will lose because of what Smoker is doing. Like, it is so much easier to play in these lobbies with proper utilities usage, proper smokes and setups, than with this. Look at the harbor. Look at this. What is that? The guy is walling the wall. Look at the Omen smokes. One smoke is here. One smoke is here. One smoke is here. Smoke's working in the favor of the enemies. How the fuck am I gonna retake with Fade the site with this smoke setup? They can even dodge your eye right now, like an utility.
Spike planted.
That's just big of
Yep.
I just want to fix it.
Listen, also, as I said, like, one thing that you need to pay more attention on is definitely what the enemies are doing. Like, you know, not only when they're pushing the sites, but also when they're playing the post plant. Like, just ask yourself, how did you die in the previous rounds? Like, every single time you died, when you were retaking the B set of bind, what happened? The enemy peeked you from the elbow. You should have been ready for that peek. Because 2 times, you already died from the peek in the elbow. Hold the elbow until your teammates are ready to commit for the push, and your crosser should be there, ready for that guy, and then we're going out. And anyways, like, you know, it is stupid for you when you're playing initiator agents. Agents with, you know, utility that you can use to reveal the enemies, utility that you can use to displace the enemies, to flash them, etc. To pick some kind of a 50-50 fight before you actually use your utility to fight the enemies. Here, for example, when you saw this guy go onto that right side position, that guy is stuck step, bro. Like, leave him there. Let him play that position. That is good for you. Because now, when you go for the retake, you can simply do a jiggle throw there, use a prowler, that guy is done. He's out of the game. We can clear this, clear that, clear this, kill that guy that is stuck there, and he's half HP, move forward. Simplify, you know, your gameplay. Don't rely only on your mechanical skill, which is currently poor, but we're gonna make it better with some kind of a training, to take these fights. If you already want to play an agent such as Fade, you know.
I just gotta hope.
They actually win this round. Like I'm speechless, man.
You're gonna sit in a walled off angle, aren't you?
Nope.
Where are you?
Harbor short, Rainer short as well.
Once again, like your positioning on a defender side is terrible, bro. You need to choose more angles to fight the enemies. Like you are consistently finding yourself in some open areas of the maps. Like I don't know what you're expecting. You know, you're giving up the space. You are, I don't know. Like you're behaving like you're a demon 1 or 10's ready to one tap 3 enemies in the same time. Like in this example, you know, okay, you went for a reveal, you know, you wanted to get the early information, whatever. Hold this. Jiggle peek it at least. Like choose a small fight. Small fight. In this elo, players have a terrible crosshair placement. Like when they're clearing this, a lot of times they're clearing it, you know, like this, clearing it like this, like this. Like nobody knows how to place their crosshair. Choose this fight, place your crosshair on top of the box. ADS here, burst fire. Enemies are pushing in. Do the C's, choose this angle, choose this fight. Enemies are going in, no problem. Pick them from this position. Pick them from this position. And now you find yourself here. If your Phoenix want to fight long, go long and support your Phoenix. Take the full guarding control and the B-long control. And from this position, defend the drop from the hook. Easy positioning.
They're going for a B hit.
In this example, if you already wanted to give up the hookah, you should have fought for the long with the Phoenix. Like, essentially, you know, that is kind of the rule that you want to follow on any bomb site. Like, you know, like when you're playing A site of Ascent, for an example, you're playing A main, and your teammate is short. For an example, like if I wanna give up the A site, I'm not gonna rotate all the way to the rafters and play here. I'm gonna close the doors and I'll prioritize supporting my jet on short, keeping the full short control, and I'm gonna play retake of A site. No problem, all good. If I don't know, I'm playing B site, enemies are pushing through the market and main, I'm gonna sell the B site and I'll play market, keep the market control. Play the retake of B. If you're playing, I don't know, Haven, you're playing C site, and you want to give up the C control, don't rotate through the CT and go here. If your teammate is in garage, go garage, fighting a garage with your teammate, and that's it. Keep some space. If your teammates already want to fight, you always want to support your teammates that are doing something useful at that moment of time, that have the highest chances of dying at that moment of time, and make sure that you can capitalize on their life.
I'm gonna play for their.
You should have been there for your Phoenix.
For drop off short.
They TP a wall, bro.
Yeah, man. Like these smokes are gonna give me cancer, man. Like I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, pick up the Omen on bind and just carry these idiots, bro. Like literally.
Shot their blind.
This is
good.
Unbelievable, man.
Flood out behind this.
What is this smoke, bro?
I will TP.
I'm just gonna wait for a drop audio and just swing off drop audio.
Good idea. I like it. I like the comms.
Iron 3. Wingman's on plant. Wingman's on plant.
Listen. Whenever you're rotating from some location, from location A to location B, always place your crosshair and clear the potential angles where the enemies can be at that moment of time. So essentially here, if I was doing this rotation, Harbor was in the window like 10 seconds ago, I would have done this. Just to be absolutely 100% certain that enemies are not there. First of all. Second of all, so I don't get shot while I'm doing this rotation. Third of all, even if you pass here safely, you don't die. You don't have information whether or not the enemy is there. Maybe that enemy just lets you pass this position. Now you're going to rotate on A. Enemies from A are going to use a TP to B. Harbor is going to take full B side control because he has the info that you're not on the B side. And that's it.
Wingman's on point. Wingman's on point.
Planted.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I like that. I like that a lot. Very good reveal.
Right, one close left.
Once again, try to capitalize on the prowlers as much as you can. So, look at this example. Enemies there. So, enemies have this type of a wall on bind. They have some kind of a shit like, I don't know, like this, whatever. You know that one enemy is stuck in this corner. Go all the way to this position here, drop a prowler like this, peek, kill that guy, go back. Capitalize on the situations that come in front of
Right,
you.
one close left here.
Yeah.
Right now, as the wall is dropping down, God knows where that enemy is. God knows if you will have a better crosshair placement than that enemy. God knows if you'll have better reaction time than that enemy. Plus, you have a phantom, and you're fighting this medium range
I'm
fight.
waiting for the cascade or the harbor wall to drop.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That Jet knows. Like, I mean, obviously that play of the Jet was terrible because they have a numbers advantage, and you know, she could have died like a potato there. But that's exactly what I want to see from you. Like, capitalizing more on your utility and getting, like, basically being more aggro to essentially take the fights. Like, you're just way too passive with your utility. Like, you do it, like, I don't know, I feel like you're scared to fight the enemies to some degree. That's how I feel. Like, and I don't know why, bro, these guys are shit. Like, you're better. Like, you need to have the ego and mentality, I'm better than these guys. Go for the kills. Like, but the main problem is you're playing fucking Fade in this elo. Like, how do you know that was a good idea?
Oh my god.
I mean, in this specific example, if you already wanted to play passive, like, if you already didn't have the cojones to, like, go for this peak, you should have at least supported your Omen. Like, I would have never stayed in this position, doing nothing, waiting for the harbor wall to go down, while my Omen is going in the lamps and clearing the lamps solo. And one of my teammates is tower. Like, in the retakes, always prioritize refrag potential. If you already have no other task to do, and your teammates are split apart, like this and like this, prioritize the anal cavity of one of these guys, connect with that guy that is closest to that you think is gonna die first, support him with utility, refrag him, take the space with him. Better than standing in an open area of the map like that and just chilling and waiting for the wall to drop down. Anyways, chilling in this position and waiting for wall to go down, you're fucked, essentially. Like, basically, there's so many angles from which enemies can kill you that even if that Jet didn't peek you, I think you would have died anyways.
Weird.
I heavily recommend you on Bind, Judge Gaming, Bucky Gaming, Shorty Gaming, Stinger Gaming. Every other gaming is better than a Marshall, Bulldog, and Guardian Gaming. Like, on this map, in this elo, you can win far more rounds if you're prioritizing Shorty, Bucky, Judge, Stinger, Spectre, Phantom, Vandal, Operator, rather than any other weapon. Like, you don't need to use Marshall.
Ego saying this is a Marshall and either get 3 of them or get none of them.
None of them.
I'm gonna send Prowler through TP and see what I pick up.
That probably is good, like, a good idea to get info on the showers.
One's bit.
There.
Lobby.
Now, we're once again coming back to the story of reading the enemies on macro and micro level. Like, essentially, whenever like, you are playing on the defender side, if the enemy's primary push, if the enemy's primary place level pushing is just, let's push S5, and let's commit to a certain position, like, they're never rotating back, they're never, like, doing anything, just rotate as fast as possible. Like, here, as soon as your team has got a contact with the enemies on A, I would have instantly rotated through the city.
The cons are too slow.
I would not have rotated. I would not have waited a single moment
Yeah,
of time
no
here.
shot size, don't rotate.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all TPing, all
see.
TPing.
Imagine if you had a Judge right now or a Bucky. Sheesh.
I am so dead.
Omen. Yes. What if it's-
I don't know why you want to play Marshall and Bind. Like essentially certain maps really favor certain weapons in Valorant. For example, on Breeze, you really need to master Marshal, Guardian, Bulldog, Vandal, and Operator, and Sheriff. It's a fucking long-range map, like, you know, what are you gonna do? On Bind, Judge, Stinger, Bucky, Shorty, Operator. That's it, like. On, I don't know, like, Haven, every weapon is important, like, you need to become master of jack of all of the traits, basically. Split. Stinger, Bucky, Judge, Shorty, Operator. That's it. That's all you need to win the matches. Nothing else. Like, on a defender side, just choose the weapons that favor that specific map.
Let's see how well this works.
And simplify your gameplay.
Look what I'm about to do.
What happened here?
Holding
I just need, like, I need my Omen. I'm an Omen main. I'm not a Sage main.
And insta-lock it.
last round.
Listen, never prioritize utility over the shield unless you really need that utility for a certain outplay or for a certain push. Especially in this elo. In this elo, players have no idea how to go for the headshots. Their mechanical skill is shit. And most of the times you're gonna die from some stupid spray in the body. Or from their utility. Heavy shield is very important. So when you have this much money, you always prioritize heavy, phantom, shorty, or whatever. Basically, shield, guns, utility.
He has so much fish. Look what I'm about to do.
Alpha under. I can hold your long.
Barrier here.
He.
I keep forgetting. Alpha under. I can hold your long.
You need to have some kind of an early plan where you want to start the rounds. Like, I feel that you have no plan at all. And essentially, like, one tip that I need to give you,
Long.
if you're late to play the long or to pick the long, don't even try to swing it. It's way too dangerous. You don't know how many enemies are actually there. Are they ready to fight you? It's better for you to just jump spot the long area of the map and get the information like that. And the problem is, like, there's really nothing better that you could have done in this gameplay except, like, better positioning, better economy prioritization, and having a better mechanical skill on the defender side. And also, better prioritization of the bomb side that you want to play based on the enemy's pattern of pushing. And better team play as well. Like, I mean, your refire potential was quite low on the retakes. And generally, like, when your teammates were going for the kills, like, you never observe what your teammates are doing as well. Like, when they're going for certain frags, when they're peeking certain angles, like, observe the minimap more.
He.
Sorry.
Obviously, I'm gonna give you some kind of a routine to fix all of these problems. Like, the problem with this VOD is, like, all of these problems that you have, they require a certain training and a certain routine to be fixed. Like, there's no easy way of fixing these problems. Like, there's not an instant tip that I can give you to improve your map awareness, to improve, like, your team play, macro and micro gameplay. So, I don't know, like, I'll give you some routine to do, like, for the next 2, 3, 4 months, and we'll see how that works
This is
out
a
for you.
close game. 5. No.
But generally speaking, like, I feel that in this elo, you'll be far better playing someone that is not Fade.
What you need to focus on.
Now, on by the attacker side, listen, if you have a Sage in your team, so listen, B site is your default site. It is easier for the attack, harder for defense. Now, If you have Sage in your team, and enemies don't have a single sentinel, you can push B. If you have Sage in a team, and enemies have one of the sentinels, such as Sage, Killjoy, Deadlock, or Cypher, the best idea in the first round is to like push the A site. If you don't have Sage in the team, regardless of the enemy's team composition, in this elo, I would just recommend you to do a 5-man push on B, primarily focusing on the long control and from long entering on the site. In this specific match, enemies don't have the sentinels, you have a Sage. Both A and B pushes are fine, as long as your Sage does the wall, like, you know, to split the A site and to basically plant the spike safely. But generally speaking, because of their poor team composition, I feel that B site is such an easy take in this match.
Whereas mid just wins XYZ, stuff
Both
like
have
that.
TP access. That's basically it.
I don't know, like, personally, on both attack and defense of Bind, I would prioritize the classic pistol over the Ghost. Like, literally, you know, there's so many medium and close range fights that you're gonna fight. I don't feel that Ghost gives you any benefits on this map. You can literally go for 2 taps in the head, jump onto the enemies with a triple shot. I don't see a reason to play a Sheriff or a Ghost on Bind. Go for the light shield for the classic, buy the, I don't know, Prowler and the Seas, and that's it. It's better.
Reload. Find you.
I fucked
Okay.
up my heart.
Yeah, you fucked up the tires.
Can you wall me in? Thank you.
Good.
I'm gonna go for a plant.
Now listen, another tip that I need to give you. Of course, like, when you're pushing the B side with Fade, A side with Fade, the best eye that you can actually do is obviously the eye, you know, up there, and essentially, you know, with that eye, you're revealing the enemies on the side, blah, 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 blah. It should basically land somewhere here. You can figure out the lineup in a custom server. It doesn't really matter. Either that lineup, or to have some kind of a lineup for this shit up here, like that crap there. I have no idea how to do these lineups because I really don't like lineups. I do everything on the go and I like a bit more freedom in my gameplay, but maybe for you it's gonna be useful. Now, one tip that I need to give you is it doesn't matter which round you're playing. When you're pushing A set with Fade through the A short, I highly recommend you to give your teammates a Prowler for the lamps, because players there like, there's always going to be someone with a shorty, with a bucky, with a judge, with a stinger, and your teammates will push that with without a single utility, wide peeking that angle like fucking monkeys and dying like potatoes.
TP access. That's basically it.
Alright.
Like, that should be your primary focus with
Can
a
you wall me
Fade.
in? Thank you. I'm gonna go for a plant.
Did Harbor just kill our Phoenix on the flank with a shorty?
Thank you. I'm gonna go for a plant.
Oh, I really hope you saw that on the minimap.
Especially on pistol, it's
Oh, listen here, man. Like, please. Whenever there is a Sage wall and you're planting the spike, never plant the spike towards the wall. If you're planting the spike towards the wall is gonna break. You need to plant the spike looking away from the wall so it doesn't break. Like, breaking this wall right now,
so
you
impressive.
know, would be terrible. Like, that was a bit
Go for a
lucky.
plant.
That was a bit lucky that it didn't break, but it looked like it's gonna break.
Especially on pistol, it's so impressive. I don't trust flank right now. Yeah. Harbor's on a flank, Harbor's on a flank. Pistol, it's so impressive.
I genuinely don't know, like, what you did here. I mean, you knew that the Harbor is on the flank. I mean, the Phoenix just died from the shorty backstep somehow. I don't know. Like, you don't need A short. Like, if the spike is planted for the site, 3 of your teammates are backside and in the lamps, play with them. If you already have a numbers advantage, you don't need to isolate the enemies in a 50-50 fights. These type of fights you want to take when you are in a disadvantage. Whether economy disadvantage or numbers disadvantage, it doesn't matter. Whenever you're in some kind of a disadvantage, you want to isolate the 1v1 fights as much as possible and go for this type of 50-50 duels. But if you already have a teammates that are well and alive, numbers advantage, you know?
I don't trust flank right now. Yeah. Harbor's on the flank. Harbor's on the flank. Oh, Reina, you're better. Good. Better.
Okay.
When he's not using it.
Lobbies, silver lobbies.
If you win.
To be honest, it would be more advantageous if wall got broken because team has lamps city control. Not really. I mean, they can just keep the lamps control. If the wall is not broken, they can just isolate the cipher in the short easily. It's good that the wall stay there.
I thought you always forced to be one.
Ah, that is the lineup. Wait, is that on...
Not always.
Does that land good there? I firmly believe that just a second. Is it even possible to do a...
Where are you?
You need a really fucking good lineup for this.
Where are you?
I mean, that doesn't clear that, but that depends. Depends. Like, probably it's better to have it here.
Where are
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Good.
Got you.
Okay, good
Shot
lineup.
haunts. There's at least one on site. To be one.
One thing,
Oh.
as I said, like, that I really don't like is when your teammates are pushing through the A short area of the map, you really need to give them the prowler for the lamps. Like, that is your only job when you're playing Sky and when you're playing Fade. I need the flash in the lamps. I need the dog in the lamps. I need the prowler in the lamps. I need anything in the lamps. Especially in this low elo, like, your teammates will die like a potatoes
Good.
Got you.
from the lamps.
Yeah, they shot haunts. There's at least one on site. Holy shit. One dropped off out of heaven. Can you wall me?
Bro, and please, for the love of God, can you tell your smoker to change the smokes? If I see this smoke in the short one more time, I'm gonna get a cancer. Like, literally. This smoke is maybe okay when you're pushing in some eco rounds, hellby rounds, and you want to do some kind of an aggressive outplay with a smoke here, teleport there, and fuck up the enemies with the shotguns. But if you're pushing in a first round, I don't know, eco rounds, hellby rounds, when the enemies are eco and hellby, like when you're both of you guys are full buy, tell the Omen to do the smoke in the middle on top of the truck and for the site like this. Especially if you have a Sage in your team. Then Sage can just go for the wall, we plant the spike, everything is good. I'm not gonna die from the truck, I'm not gonna die from the tower, I'm not gonna die from the site, and this guy in the lamps is not going to shove the fucking shorty in my anal cavity. Or pop flash me and peek me and I die like a potato. Thank you very much.
Me?
It's a really simple call out, like just tell your Omen, don't smoke with the short. Smoke the top of the truck. However he does the smoke on top of the truck, it doesn't matter. It's better than having the lamps smoked.
So,
Planted.
we're just running it down.
I just went done.
Them down.
This is actually good. Like this prowler that you did, and that you're aware that the harbor can be on the flank again. But once again, just play with your teammates. You don't need to use any utility and get caught off guard. You have the gun in your hands, they have a shortest classic pistol, like what are they gonna do?
One enemy remaining.
Might be on a flank.
Okay.
Oh, she.
But Judge,
The goal to mark some.
there, if you get that.
Now, listen, I forgot to give you a recommendation. On bind. On the attacker's side. If enemies are eco and hellby, tell your teammates to do a 5-man push through the B long. In this area of the map, chances are really low that enemies are gonna fuck you up with the shotguns, shorties, classics, and shit like that. So, 5-man push through the B long, tell your Omen to smoke this, to smoke CT, and just fight for the elbow and sight. If you are eco, halby, or playing bonus, the best idea is to fight for the front side control of the A site. Just tell your Omen to smoke this, Sage can wall that, you can Prowler and reveal the lamps, that's it. I just have one concern in this round, and that is what type of a smoke you're going to get from your Omen. Like in the first, like essentially when you're playing in these low elo lobbies, especially in NA, please, your only job is recorrecting your smokers. Like smokes are gonna be fucking terrible, and these smokes are gonna lose you enormous amount of rounds. How can we work on reaction time? Hard to explain. Everyone is different. This guy is gonna get some kind of a training for that.
Corner above. That'll be perfect just because you see this. And
Yeah. No, yeah. So typically, I have a lineup.
Bring them down.
I can throw a lineup.
Did you just pass this angle where the enemies can play here, 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 by not even looking at the angles? Bro. Come on. You know, do this here,
Bring them down.
clear that angle, jump spot the enemies, clear these positions, and then go for the lineup. Let's be disciplined. Let's have some kind of a proper and smart pathing. But I respect your confidence.
Bring them down.
I can throw a lineup.
Where are you?
That's my normal lineup.
Oh my lord. Help me, God. What the fuck is that smoke?
That I run. Can you wall me in?
If I
Oh, I don't have spike.
Please, like, for the love of God. Like, advice to anyone that is playing in the lobbies below Immortal 1. Even in Ascendant, Platinum and Diamond. Learn what is a good and bad and optimal smoke setup. Like, you should not give a shit what your duelist is doing. Initiators, recon agent, it doesn't matter. If you have bad smokes, like, you will lose enormous amount of your matches. Enormous amount of the rounds. Like, this cannot happen. Also, another thing that cannot happen is you're pushing A site on bind and your spike is going showers. Pay attention, like, generally speaking, in these low elo lobbies, unless you're lurking and flanking, lurking, pick up the spike with yourself. It doesn't matter if you're playing a duelist, if you're playing smoker, if you're playing whatever the fuck you're playing. Pick up the spike. It is better to be in your hands than losing the spike on the opposite part of the map and then having to retake it. Hold it 24/7. If you're playing a duelist, no problem. We can condition our teammates to follow us up, and when with a spike, because we have it in our hands, and when you're ready to take the side control, drop the spike at the choke point, and now do the satchels, do the dash, do whatever you want. Pick the fight. Of course, I'm not gonna send the spike in the enemy lines and potentially die with a spike. But in this scenario, spike cannot be showers.
That's my normal lineup that I run.
And also, I heavily recommend you, man, like, you know, use that prowler for the lamps, man.
Can you wall me in?
They need it.
If I
Oh, I don't have spike. I honestly thought I had spike. Didn't realize Omen had spike.
Ay.
I need to stop entering. That's the thing. Our team is entry.
Bring them down.
Woo,
One in the lamps.
you're visible there from the
Just get the judge and hold.
tower.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Then they can buy. You just have to step
Last
inside
player
there.
standing.
Oh, it should go well.
One's at peak right now.
Bam.
Nice.
One enemy remaining.
Good.
I'll find you.
Good reveal.
CPU. Go inside the lamps and go get the bandit.
Aye, man, but you heard the guy in the lamps.
CPU. Go inside the lamps.
I don't know why we're not ready for the peak. And anyways, you know, like, it was a good idea to engage this gecko with your movement and to try to counter him as he was peeking you. That was a good game decision, but you were not ready with the crosshair placement at all. And you quite literally heard the guy, like, very close to you there. Reaction time is not something you can improve unless you're 90. You're fine. Just expect them to flash peek and you'll react in time. Not really. Like, I don't have time to, like, it's not that I don't have time, I don't have a mental power to explain it, but in the next stream, remind me about this topic, and I'll explain.
Oh, never mind.
I see. Swing him. I used it all.
Yeah. You get what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. Weird haunt. Now, why are you entering?
I don't know. I can sum up this VOD review like play a fucking smokes in this lobby. Like, what am I watching?
Do that normal one. Yeah. One's bit on A.
With Omen, anyways, you have a higher carry potential, you have a flash, you can peek the enemies, you can rotate with the ultimate, like, what is this?
Opening my map fucks me over. Reyna might be going for a flank. What you mean?
What is this lineup for? What you trying to hit here? The top of that box, right here.
You get what I mean?
Is that possible? Nothing. Okay.
No, I know what you mean. Weird haunt.
And please, as I said, like, if you're already pushing Asa with Fade, prioritize the Lamp Prowler.
Now, why are you entering? Do that normal one. Yeah. One's bit on A. Opening my map fucks me over. Reyna might be going for a flank. Be careful.
Listen, I see this happens enormous amount of times in your elo. So, we're planting the spike. We find ourselves here. Okay? If you're rotating from the site into the A short, you cannot do this. Unless this and this is smoked. Like, you're visible from enormous amount of angles. Like, enemies here, see you. Enemies at the backside, see you. Enemies here, see you. Enemies on that off angle, see you. Whenever you're pulling yourself back from the site, you're placing your crosshair like this, clearing the bench, jumping here, and going here. And paying attention that enemies can also see you from there, there, and there. Getting on the bench, and then from this position, maybe you can clear the bench, clear this, clear that, and then maybe go to the short. But running with a gun out like this, and doing this, you're dead. 9 out of 10 times. If the enemies are already on tower on the bomb site. And anyways, I feel that, you know, in your elo, abusing this off angle to kill the enemies on short at the backside. Just do it. You know, like wait for the enemies to peek from the tower, take a kill, go down. I don't know how you didn't die there, to be honest. Like, the enemies were backside.
Yep. Reyna's on a flank. I'll hold it. They broke him wall yet. Wingman.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, good post plan. Ruben, how are you, my friend, bro? What's happening, man?
U-Haul. All that shit.
Okay, good round. Good post plan.
For this, I forget the lineup. I'm gonna go right here and ult.
Yeah, man, I knew the lineup for this. Like, this lineup is really fucking good, and I think this is the most important lineup for you on the map. Like, you're standing here, and I think you're aiming in the sorry, misclick in the middle of this and this, and you do it like that. It's actually all the way up there. Like, what the fuck I was aiming at here? That and that, or that position.
Where are you?
Shit.
find you.
Okay. Okay. So basically, you stand here. You stand here. You aim in this corner. Like this. That corner. And you do a jump throw.
I'll find you.
I'm stupid, bro. I just did it. In that corner, huh?
Where are you?
Yeah, okay. Hey, die, but here's like Phoenix Molly. Good luck with that. It's easy, like, to find the Fade lineups.
Wait, hold up. Why are we going B?
I think I found something you wanna fix. There's no fix, man. But I'm not using my real PayPal name, my real address. Like, nothing is real. You know, like, I'm not stupid.
Mark 1. Yep. There's 2. Reina.
Here.
Wait, hold up. Why are we going B? Marked 1. Yep. There's 2. Reina.
Here.
Good.
Oh, what the fuck? What is someone doing?
Listen, I need to give you another recommendation. Like, when you're using the Fade ultimate on the attacker side, try primarily to use it to push the bomb sites. I mean, using the ultimate to clear the main positions is a fucking huge waste. It can be useful, but you have two prowlers. You have a reveal. You have a seize. You know? Like, it's much better for you to, I don't know, use a prowlers to clear long, and then from the long clear the site with such a good ultimate, rather than using it for this shit.
Get it?
Where are you? Still waiting. We'll catch them. No charges.
Yeah, can I get a hand, please? Not just have you tell
One
all of
enemy
you.
remaining. We found
There's
Blind it,
one
blind it, blind it, blind it.
outside,
Backside, backside.
Okay, listen. You know that the jet is B. First of all, in this scenario, probably the best idea is to rotate A and just plant the spike on A and win the round on A. Second of all, this is the rule that you should follow. This rule you should follow in any case scenario. If the site is not cleared, if your teammates are fighting a certain fights, if there is some kind of a danger for you to plant the spike, do not plant the spike. Like, only plant the spike when the site is fully cleared, when you know that you're not gonna die while you're planting the spike, or your teammates are not gonna die while you're planting the spike. Essentially, fight the fights, open the sites, support your teammates, and then plant the spike. Even if you need to reset yourself and reheat the bomb set again, better than losing the numbers and losing the life for planting a stupid spike. The only time when planting the spike should be your highest priority is if you don't have time to plant the spike anymore. There's like 5-6 seconds on the clock and that's it. Or if we are playing an eco halberd round and we need to prioritize planting the spike as soon as possible so we can win the round on the actual timer and not on the fights. Here the jet is backside. What the fuck are we doing?
Idiotic cunt. Why are we taking 1v1?
Shut up, shut up.
Nice. Our team sold, but luckily fetched.
Dude,
Our team was taking ones.
I know. She just dashed into my face. Like, she was absolutely, like, I actually panic dashed.
You know, that was a complete accident. Dash.
I have to go switch to close after this, so. Mark 2, Mark 2. One's...
Good lineup. Charlatan, I started Valorant 1 month ago. I was on Xbox before. I watched your YouTube videos. I'm almost Diamond 1 now. Big thanks from France. Much love to the French people, man. Oh, and I want to ask if you're gonna make more video on Omen about the new map pool right now. What do you mean, more video about the new map pool? I have 3 Omen videos in plan for the next week. 1 Jet video and 2 Raze videos. So in the next 2 weeks, you're gonna get like 5-6 videos on YouTube channel. But it's gonna be, you know, tips and tricks with the raiding gameplay. But what do you mean map pool? Smoke strategies, etc. Yeah. I'll cover the Breeze and Sunset with Omen and Jet until the end of this month, and I'm gonna cover the Pearl and Fracture and Icebox in the next act. What's happening outside? Listen, man. You're either gonna play smokers in this elo, or you're going to tell your smokers to do a better utility for you. There's no in between. Your Omen is griefing. Omen is like, enemy team is gonna win this. Listen,
What?
Another advice. If you already have a bad controllers and bad smokers on the bind, it's better for you to push B side. It's gonna be easier pushing B than pushing A. So if you already have this type of a controller in your team, just you know.
The fuck is Omen doing?
What's risk as fuck?
Ballsy ass! What the fuck is Omen doing?
What's risk as fuck?
Ballsy ass!
I don't know what to tell you, man.
What the fuck is Omen doing?
I have no solutions for this. First of all, obviously, like, I mean, you should not be pushing the site with a knife out, number 1.
What the fuck is Omen doing?
Number 2, you should be using a prowler to over the lamps. Number 3, generally speaking, as you're pushing into the site, you should drop the spike and give the spike carrying and spike planting job to your teammates. Number 4, always prioritize taking the lamps control and the front side control before anything else, before planting the spike and doing shit like that. Even if I'm playing Fade, I'll be using... So basically, I'll be using an eye on this position. I'll be using a prowler to basically clear the close angles and to clear the lamps. I'll be pushing into the lamps with another prowler and getting ready for the post plant. So that should be your default setup.
Yeah, bait and res. Because I'm... are we gonna...
I genuinely recommend you, if you have this type of teammates with yourself on bind, stay away from the A site. Just push B 24/7, 12 rounds in a row.
If they might see them try to...
And prioritize B long.
Phoenix, wait for my prowler. I can clear. This Gecko, I'll get ready to shoot it. I'm detained. And dead.
Spike down B.
Kid.
Can someone get this?
Let's 3 stack short and 2 stack showers. I'm gonna go showers. Let's 3 stack short and 2 stack showers.
But that's not the problem. Like, I don't know how you're not realizing the problem of your pushes. Was there a single moment of time where you were like, maybe I'm losing the rounds because my Omen is doing a smoke in the ground of the A site? Like, literally, your pushes were fine on A. But the problem is, like, you need to tell your smoker and navigate him a bit and tell him, Omen, brother, that smoke setup is shit. And that previous one, like, I mean, you needed to kill that Gecko ultimate, like, just, you know, tracking 0 points.
Where are you? Get out of my way! Go!
Shot Hines to me.
Nice, nice.
Oh man, what are you doing? Oh, you're smoking. Never mind, you're doing your job.
He was doing his job.
He's doing his job. Not really.
Wait, why am I planting right now? I guess I'm stuck now.
Spike planted. My ultimate. Shake them! Marked one.
Watch your lane.
But by the way, that ultimate was good, like, to pressure the enemies backwards and to escape that position. Props to that ultimate. That's a good game decision.
Or
Harvest Trail.
You give people answers you get to.
Amps.
No, not you.
Good C's. Easy kill.
Holy sh! Shit, I just whiffed.
One enemy remaining.
Last one, last one, last one.
Whiffed.
Yes, you should get 2. No, not you.
Easy kill, huh?
Holy shit, I just whiffed.
One enemy remaining.
Last one, last one, last one.
Okay, listen. I've seen a lot of shit from you when it comes to your mechanical skill. We have a lot of micro problems, left and right. Like micro adjustments are poor. Reaction time is actually okay, not that bad. Tracking is very poor. Flicking is very poor as well. Precision overall is lacking. You're crouching. Like every single fight you take, it's insta crouch without second thoughts. So I am going to share with you, after this VOD review, a certain set of a certain training example that you will follow for the next 3 months, and I promise you, if you follow that training example, 90% of these problems will be gone or just become better.
Oh no. Oh, it's going on you right now. Go.
Like I feel that you're aiming more with your movement than, you know, just scrolling your cursor around the. I don't know, like just. This needs to be better.
This is gonna come down to the line, I guarantee it.
Oh well.
TDM unbinding crouch button, fix that for me. But usually I don't recommend that to the players. Like if you want to fix a certain bad habit, it is better to focus on fixing that habit than removing it. Because majority of the players, when they unbind the crouch, as soon as they bind it up, you know, the habit is still there. You either fix that habit by hyper-focusing it with some kind of a training, or by, you know, approaching the negative impact like strategy. You bind your crouch to jump to the knife in-game, in team deathmatch, in deathmatch. And then every single time you crouch, you jump! You get fucked! and your brain is like, maybe I should not use this button.
No, I feel this game will go choke.
But crouching is not bad, like, you know, they're like 50% of times crouching is good, 50% of times is bad. But the main time when the crouching is really fucking bad is when you instantly crouch before shooting a single fucking bullet, and when there is more than one enemy that you're fighting at that moment of time. Because for the second enemy, you're such an easy target.
I can see it happening.
I'll find you. In sight.
Arbor shot.
You know what is even more funny than your Omen smoke setups? Like, it's funny that he has some kind of a plan. You know, like, he is doing a different setup every single time. Like, there was not a single round where he had the same smokes. So maybe he has some strategies there, like in his playbook. But what the fuck is this?
Showers. Grab trail, I cannot. Can you wall me?
At least we can plant the spike in the smoke.
No, give me a second.
But we're gonna die from the showers.
They multiple of them, many of them took TP, so they might be on flank.
You are so unaware of these angles, like on the A side. Like basically, whenever I saw you positioning the post plant, you're never taking into account, like you don't understand from which positions you're overexposed at which moment of time. Now, the only way to fix this is through trial and error and VOD reviewing yourself. There is no shortcut here. Like, just every single time you die, ask yourself, like, from which positions I'm overexposed here? So the next time you play that spot, you know, mark it down. If I want to play A short, I need to play from here. Or I need to have the full tower control and make sure that nobody's there so I don't die like a potato.
Oh, Rain's got an op heaven. Like,
He needs to look at the minimap more often. That is also part of the problem. But that problem we're gonna fix with some kind of a training. Like, there is a training for everything in Valorant, like communication, map awareness. Like, it's impossible for me to, like, explain the training on the stream because it is going to take me 30 minutes.
With default.
I have my res.
And I don't really want to give up my trainings. Like, those are private shits. Like, these guys paid for the coaching.
Why the fuck is Reyna pushing?
Okay, another tip. No matter if you're playing Omen, if you're playing Astra, if you're playing Sage, Viper, I don't know, Jet, Raze, on Bind.
Everyone.
Whenever you're clearing the B long area of the map, the worst thing you can do is what he did right now. Because you're in such a huge peeker's angle perception disadvantage in that long position, it is never worth it. Clearing that angle slow, peeling the angle with a shift.
Eyes open.
So,
We have a job to do. My ult is ready. 30 seconds left.
here. If you're clearing this position, the worst thing you can do is this. You're in a huge disadvantage. Like, this guy sees you light years before you see him. You either want to clear this by cutting the pie angle by angle, using some kind of a utility, jump spotting the enemies and then peeking them, or you're pushing here, clearing these positions, jump crouching on this spot, and then from this off angle, you're peeking that angle. I don't know how you didn't die from that jet. Like, I mean, just her reaction time is shit.
We can just wait right now. We have time. Yeah.
Ay, 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 ay. Nice shot.
Oh,
We're
Jett.
gonna rotate choosing.
One thing I'm surprised is that your crosshair placement is not that bad. Crosshair placement is actually okay. It's not the best, but it's okay.
How many of them
That's
took
okay.
TP?
That's okay.
O2.
Not always, but
Got it.
for a bronze player, a silver player, it's okay.
Yeah, side's clear. I'm gonna plant for.
Exactly.
I'm gonna plant for triple. Planting for showers.
Spike planted.
Ult
He
two.
doesn't feel silver.
One's got an op. I'll get too aggressive.
Maybe I was wrong at the start of this VOD review. Maybe the fade is really stopping him from improving. Like, I mean, I don't feel that in this lobby he is able to control anything with fade. Like, literally, if you just master the Omen in this elo, like, if you're able to go from, I don't know, I feel that it's stupid to play initiators in this elo. Especially fade. Like, it's so useless. Your teammates are not able to capitalize on anything. They cannot capitalize because they don't know what they're doing. Like, Sky is far better. Sky, Gecko in this elo, bro. Muy bien. I don't know, like, KO is better at the end of the day.
That's us.
Oh.
Listen, in the postment, you need to play more with your teammates, especially when you have numbers advantage. Like, this type of a mistake should never happen for you. Like, this is the rule that everyone should follow. If you're in the numbers disadvantage, like, play with your most aggressive teammates, play on the reefer potential, and that's it. Like, I wouldn't trust this Omen, this Phoenix, and this Sage with a fucking coin.
Ulting two.
I just love Charlatan shitting on Fade. I actually love Fade a lot. Like, with Fade, I have like a 70% win rate on Pearl, and I played her on one more map. Pearl and... I don't know. I know on Pearl I had an extremely good win rate. On some maps she's good. Like, I love her a lot. She's okay initiator. Like, but I wouldn't play... I wouldn't play Fade below Ascendant 1 ever. I just feel that, bro, you are shooting yourself in the leg.
One's got an op. I'll get too aggressive.
That's us.
Oh. I thought that was a hostile op for a second.
Is my guy going for the lineup as his teammates are fighting for the life? Dr. Clem, thank you all for the Prime Gaming sub, and thank you for scamming Jeff Bezos, brother.
Just wait for tap. Wait for tap.
One bomb.
In the low elo lobbies. When I say low elo lobbies, I mean every lobby below Immortal 3 and Radiant. Players in Valorant are very undisciplined. Everyone is fighting for the kills. Everyone is hungry for the kills. Another bad life. Thank you a lot for that Prime Gaming sub, and thank you for scamming Jeff Bezos, baby. Everyone in Valorant is undisciplined and hungry for the kills. In the post plans, unless you have a good read onto the enemies and you know exactly where the enemies are going to come from, unless there's an area of the map that is very dangerous that you need to cover 100% or else your teammates are going to die, focus on playing with your most aggressive teammates that have the highest chances of dying at that moment of time. The worst fucking thing that you can do in ranked solo queue is play the lineups in the post plant with Viper, Brimstone, Fade, whoever the fuck you're playing, and pre-assuming that your teammates are gonna stay alive and play that properly. Like, I would never in my life, in a silver, gold, platinum, diamond, ascendant, low, immortal, elo, play the lineups unless all of my teammates are, you know, playing passive. Any plans to increase sub budget? Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
And I fucked up my.
I love how I talk about something and he just fucks it up, bro.
Of course I did.
This happened 3 times.
Oh shit.
Last player.
Sorry, Reina. That's on me.
Oh, just see. I'm sure you ult this round.
One as well, so.
Bring them down.
Where's Reina not? One's have, one's who.
Yo, Andres Pep, thank you all for the 3-1 sub, man. Much love. His team died for that lineup, yep. Let me think about it. I'm trying to think which agents to recommend him to play. Like, the Fade ain't it, bro. Fade ain't it. Nah, fuck it, bro. Fuck it. You have 1.29 KD with the Reina. Run it down with the Reina. Fuck it. You need more fights. You don't need to go in. Run it down with the Reina all the way to the gold 1. I don't give a fuck. Play the Reina. Play the Phoenix. Play the Jet. Play the Omen. Bro. Why are you joking around? You are him. You are better. This is terrible. Like, if this is how you play your games, you're gambling enormously in this elo. Bro, 1.29 KD in 3 matches. 176. ADR. You need to get more experience in the game, basically. Like, Fade, if something is not working for you, it is pointless to kind of like, you know, keep doing what's not working. It's the same with the agents. Bro, I don't play Harbor because I'm bad with the Harbor. I know every single Harbor setup. I know what to do, but I cannot capitalize on his utility. I don't know how to do that. I'm bad mechanically. I cannot play Harbor. That's why I play Omen, Killjoy, Jet, Raze, I don't know, like Chamber, like agents with movement abilities and Raze, and agents that have some kind of an outplay potential. I cannot play Astra ever in my life, even if I wanted to. Like, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. Your weakness right now is playing with a bronze Omen that is giving you a smoke combined here, in the ground, and here. You know? Like, and of course you have a lot of mechanical problems. Like, pick something else, man. Pick some, like, this is the first time ever in my life that I would recommend someone to play something else than what I'm VOD reviewing. This guy only has 160 games. Not really. He played no, he played a lot of matches. I mean, a lot, 400 games. But he is not going to get a valuable experience from Valorant if he plays Fade. Like, you need some better experience. Fuck the initiators, man. And fuck this team. You don't need them. You're better. Get better. Fuck the Premier. Try out the Reyna. Try out the Phoenix. You played Omen only for one match. Play it more. Try Omen. One agent to play with in all maps. Who will you choose? Jett. Jett, absolutely. If he learns Omen first, it will give him a better understanding of the game. I absolutely agree. What I think he should do when it comes to the agent picks, he should play Omen on every single map except Breeze. On Breeze, he should just pick the Reyna. And I feel that if he masters Omen, and if he escapes this elo up to Platinum 1 with, or Diamond 1 with Omen, bro, when he reaches Diamond, he can play anything. You can play Killjoy, Fade, whatever. Like, once you master the Omen, like, every other agent is like, what the fuck? What? I need to position a Tripwire here? Sure, I'll do it. I have a better idea. I'm gonna position a super aggressive, hyper mega Tripwire to do this outplay. Like, I don't know, your brain kinda... like, if I never played Omen, I feel I would have been 10 times worse coach and a player in the same time. If I just stuck to the fucking Jett.
Good, at least.
Where are you? Mark one.
I don't.
One thing that I also want to recommend you, because I never saw this mistake before, but never push the angles with a pre-assumption that enemies are not there. Whenever you have no real info about the enemies, we always pre-assume that enemies will be there, that enemies can be there, that enemies are there. So if you're pushing through the B long, your team has cleared nada, nothing. We are running towards this angle. You know, okay, you use the reveal, whatever, like that. Clearing this, clearing these positions, clearing this position. Now, I'm picking the orb.
Don't know who
My ult is ready.
EPs are coming through. Mark 3.
Mark 3.
For your death. Actually, Giga Brain W.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Spike planted.
Oh my god. Oh my god. TP. 2 TP. 2 TP. 3 TP. All three showers. All 3 showers.
Bring them down.
Bad ultimate? Yeah, but in the same time, I don't know. You know, like that ultimate that he did, at least displays 3 enemies. So he has the information how many enemies are approximately there. You know? And I don't know, like, basically, yeah, it's a bad ultimate good game decision. I would have done it as well, maybe. I don't know, like, it's a bit of a waste, like, I don't know how to, like, it's a 50-50, basically. He could have saved the ultimate for the post-plant on the A site. He could have used the ultimate on the A site to maybe reveal potential enemies hiding there. But overall, you know, 50-50 game decision. What I really don't like is, like, and there's a lot of things I don't like map awareness is poor, you know, mechanical skill is poor, visual perception is poor, like, and there is a training for all of this, man. It's so easy to improve this. Like here, like, our Reyna killed the enemy Reyna. We know that one guy is defusing the spike and one is, like, in the showers. Just based on the minimap. My dude doesn't realize this, that the harbor is there. He's going for this. What? I don't know, man. Like this was such a weird VOD review. Like, I've never done. I'm just speechless. I just feel that Fade is not a good choice right now. I feel that we need to spend next 3 months doing some hyper training routine that I'm gonna share with you for free, of course. And I feel that I would put you on the Omen and Reyna like this. Reyna to get you in the duels, to get a better feeling of angle holding, fighting the enemies, crosshair, everything mechanically. And Omen to start for your brain to start working again. And above everything, to have a normal fucking smokes and not what we had in this match. Plus, I mean, you know, you have the full rank playbook with Omen and Jet on my Discord server for the next 1 month. You can use that to learn, you know, duelists, and you can use that to learn the controllers. Easy. We're gonna end it on that note. Like, I really have nothing else to say. Like usually it is like this when I review like bronze, silver, and iron players. Okay, weird. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, join my Discord server for private coaching and for giveaways, for VOD reviews, for guess the rank I'm doing every single day, for the rank playbook, which is really fucking amazing. And I feel that once I complete the rank playbook in the next 2 years, is gonna be the pinnacle of knowledge in this stupid game, and you won't need any more coaching ever, to be honest. So yeah. Okay. Mwah!